Good evening, everyone. This is Toby Green, host of the 14 Days in March podcast. This is episode 2. We love you, Cookie Cabana. We Love You, Cookie Cabana by Toby Green. There was a tumbleweed blowing through downtown Portland today. All the locals had gone home to be in their man caves. And the nice old lady at Cookie Cabana sighed. She can't afford to keep the restaurant open if everyone is going to stay home. Before the stupid xenophobia had almost taken hold. Will she reopen? She doesn't know. We love you, Cookie Cabana. Please don't go. All right. So this is a live podcast. For those of you new listening to it, my name is Toby Green. I'm doing this podcast called 14 Days in March, which is all about basically a 14-day window in March of 2020 to chronicle what's going on with this pandemic known as the coronavirus. At the same time, the stock market is melting down. I've never seen anything like it. It's incredible, and it is something that I am very concerned about, and I think you should be concerned as well. I am broadcasting this evening from the luxurious G51 studios here in Gresham, Oregon, although I nominally proclaim myself to be a Portlander. Unfortunately, I got priced out, like many people did, got priced out of living perhaps in the city of their choice and had to go make a new way for themselves. So I'm here in the G51 studios, and you may hear an occasional scruff or a sound. That is basically because I'm just recording on an Apple microphone, the headset microphone. So if you hear that, I'm walking around, that's what you're hearing. Okay. So let's just get into it. Okay, let's take a breath here. Okay, so we are checking in with the first thing that's really tough is that today in Portland and Gresham, it was like a ghost town. Everywhere you went, it was startling how shut down things are. And then realizing it's going to get more shut down. Governor Kate Brown announced today, the governor of Oregon, said, hey, look, don't have meetings of 25 or more people. It's all shut down. We're shutting the whole thing down. If you are, the only places that we're going to say can stay open are retail spaces. Fast food or restaurants can stay open only if they do takeout. And then finally, of course, grocery stores are going to stay open. I've never seen anything like this. I'm lost. So if any of you out there, you guys want to talk to me, feel free to shoot me an email, runtmg@gmail.com. I'm completely lost. I've never seen anything like this before, or probably will never see anything like it after. Hopefully never see it again. This is pretty terrifying stuff to see an entire city, an entire civilization that was running and doing things just suddenly grind to a stop. It's incredible, and it could very well be that we're on the brink of something wonderful. However, unfortunately, we have bankers to deal with, and bankers ruin everything. So here we are. Let's talk about our good friends on the Dow Jones for a moment. So today, the biggest historic drop of all time took place on the Dow Jones in terms of at least points. I don't know if it's percentage-wise, but by points, it was massive. It was a 3,000 point drop today. The other day, on Friday, as the bell rang going into the weekend, it shot up by 2,000 points. Now it goes down 3,000 points. And then this afternoon, apparently the stock market continues trading and making trades that I think it's finalized right when the stock market opens tomorrow morning. Kind of like how NBA players or football players are with another team, but really they're going to go sign with the other team when they get a chance. But they have this phony window that nobody pays attention to. Anyways, it's sort of like that. And what happened today was the stock market, after it closed, it rebounded up to 1,000 points. And apparently, I didn't know this in the stock market futures, is that basically when you hit this limit, the stock market has it built in that it shuts off. If it goes 1,000 points up, stock market future shuts off. If it goes 1,000 points down, it shuts off. So it hit 1,000 points up, so we can anticipate that tomorrow there's going to be a rebound in the stock exchange. But we can also anticipate that it's going to go, it's all haywire. The market has no equilibrium. It's wildly swinging from one to the next. But why did it have this big of drop? Like, it made no sense. Like, the President of the United States on Sunday made this big speech, because basically what the President does in a lot of ways is constantly reassures the traders on the stock market that they will do whatever it takes to make sure that there is liquidity in the market. And I got into an argument with somebody over this. I got into an argument with somebody online who's like, you don't understand what you're talking about, man. All of this stuff is collateralized. All of it is. And you're coming out here and you're saying that, when they talk about repurchasing agreements, it's not collateralized. I'm like, I don't know what the collateral is. I don't know if it's when somebody pay back. It could be 1 month or 3 months. He goes, well, there's a very handy list of what the collateral is, so you just don't know what you're talking about. I go, listen, here's the deal. I'm not a fucking stock market trader, okay? I don't trade stocks. That's not what I do. Sorry. I don't know the first thing. He's right. But I do know this, is that the last time that I saw this happen, everything went up. And I saw the Fed's balance sheet grow by trillions of dollars because it had more liquidity out there that it can't take back. And I saw the price of a beer go up a couple bucks. And I saw rent go up to obscenely. So when I saw this stuff getting printed and put out there, I was like, whoa. And so me and him got into it, and I finally just told him a couple unpleasant things and got my Twitter account temporarily suspended because I was upset. I was really hot about it. So point being, don't lose your cool when you're dealing with stockbrokers. I looked at his profile, and he was a stockbroker. And of course he's going to be upset. I'm threatening his livelihood. Of course, I would be upset too if somebody threatened my livelihood. So, nevertheless, that was kind of the day that I had. And when I saw the stock market thing go down, then I just couldn't figure out, because there's been over $2.2 trillion at this point, not to mention the billions of dollars since September that's been pledged to the stock market. How much more liquidity is needed to keep this thing going? When at some point do we hit our own circuit breakers, say enough? Enough of having our life being given over to Wall Street. We give our health care over. We give every material thing, and I'm tired of it. I am tired of the banks being bailed out. Now, that same person, other people will go, well, listen, Toby, you don't understand that if the stock market doesn't have liquidity, if the banks don't have that money, then they can't give lines of credit to companies, and those companies can't make payroll. If those companies can't make payroll, your blessed workers will be out of work. Okay, I'm not arguing any of that. It's wrong then. Let's get off this. Let's get away from these people. Let's figure out how to get off of the banks. Let's figure out how to do something called, let's have companies that can actually make money again and not be in the BS game. Let's actually have companies that go, okay, we are going to make more money than we lose. And we're going to do it based on our own startup. And you pay off the bank. And once you pay off the bank from that initial capital, you don't have to worry about it again because you're self-sufficient. But apparently that's not how the Western world works. As near as I can tell, the Western world works like this. All these companies are working for the banks, essentially. Because you get your company started up, you get your line of credit, you get your nice little house, and you use the heck out of your workers, and you make your pretty penny, and you can go to Cabo or go to these places and live a life and go get that trophy spouse that you've always wanted, and you can live this great life. But ultimately, you got to be paying back these lines of credit or renegotiating with creditors. I'm not saying this is right or wrong. I'm saying, folks, is this. We've reached the tail end of this. And now we are at a point where things are so severe and so stark that we have to ask, is it going to be us or is it going to be the banks? And that's not me just trying to play around or just try to be insightful. I'm asking that legitimately. Because as near as I can tell, we can't have Medicare for all. Because first of all, we have Joe Biden and Donald Trump who are going to be the nominees. And by the way, the just as a side note, the elections are tomorrow. Many progressives, including a lot of people from the Sanders campaign, want to see the election stalled. Fact of the matter is, Sanders lost, and I love Bernie. Bernie's a great person. His platform was the correct platform of what we needed. There's a lot of Nimrods in the Democratic Party. I don't know what to say. They're all rallying behind Joe Biden, and bless their heart, it's pretty terrible. So now somebody will ask, and I'm kind of diverging from my topic here at hand, but I'll kind of go there for a second. Someone would ask, well, Toby, are you going to vote for Joe Biden? Yeah, I'll probably vote for Joe Biden, because at that point I don't care. Voting for Joe Biden to me is no different than voting for Trump. Trump, however, is worse than Joe Biden. To me, that's objectively clear. But that doesn't inspire me. I don't go, oh God, remember when Joe Biden plagiarized in 1988? Let me vote for this guy. I don't feel that. But nevertheless, maybe things could change. And I'll vote for Joe Biden. Because at the end of the day, if it's Biden versus Trump, I'm going to want Biden more than Trump. But boy, Biden better give me a lot more in terms of being a persuasive candidate. Because, he is not impressing. He's a Shania Twain song right now. That don't impress me much. That could change. Could very well be that Biden does some amazing stuff. But, well, anyways, I'm getting off topic here. Back to bashing on Wall Street. Look, Wall Street went down 3,000 points today. It's going to go up 1,000. I have no idea what's going to happen the next day. It could go up another 2,000 and be, hey, everything's okay. I don't know how. Everything around us is shutting down. I don't know what these stock traders are seeing that's making them buy in. I can understand if you're a stock market trader looking at it going, well, let's see, Hot Topic isn't going to be open tomorrow. What am I going to do? So, anyways, I'm going to back up and kind of just I just want you to let this sink in for you. I want you to think about what I'm saying here. Stock market, everything's closed down in Portland, Oregon, Gresham, Oregon. Stock market's going haywire, going up and going down. And this is what we got. This is the world that we've got now. We've got a stock market out of control that can't go up, can't go down. We're facing a pandemic that I'm going to talk about a little bit more, but a pandemic that still we don't have tests. We should be having tests on every street car. There should be a minivan driving around where you can get your tests done. That's what should be going on in America, because we've got a patchwork health system. This issue that should have been jumped on 3-4 weeks ago. But fine, I'll give Trump credit. Maybe it wasn't that big of a deal 3-4 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 10 days ago, 5 days ago. It's still not happening. Now, it could be that during the course of this podcast that it will start happening. Great. But how many lives have to be lost till that happens? Or I'll say it in a term that Donald Trump can actually understand. How much further does the stock market have to go down before he's going to start taking this seriously? So let's see here. Let's see. What else do I got here? Yeah, so that was basically my podcast for this evening. I'm going to be back with tomorrow's dispatch. I really want to thank everybody for listening. And if you haven't gone to the Facebook page yet, it's called 14 Days in March. Please go take a look at it. My name is Toby Green. Believe me, nobody's paying me or asking me to do this. And feel free to shoot me an email. Drop me a line. I've been starting to get some emails here and there, but would love more. I might read some of them online. So send me some stuff and let's go. Anyways, I'll see you all tomorrow night.